All right, what is up, everybody? Divine Hood here, coming at you with another daily update on Bitcoin. And boy, oh boy, have we had some price action today. All right, so let's go into this here. First of all, you can see we are right now, just before the day closed, we made a push up to try to get above or at least at our value area high of the big November 11th range. This is our big range since November 11th that we've been trading in. And last night and yesterday and last night, we dropped below down to our point of control. Now, our point of control did hold us here. I believe the point of control on Bybit is a bit lower than Coinbase, but you know how I like my Coinbase volume levels more than Bybit. We did hit into this point of control. We are seeing a bounce from this point of control. Earlier today, we came up to the bearishly retest the value area high in confluence with the top of our pitchfork band, and we did reject. We got another rejection down to about the POC. It was also our local 786. If we do a Fibonacci pull from the lows to the highs here, and we turn on our 786, you can see our 786, actually it was front run just barely, okay? So it was our golden pocket area, our JC pocket area between the golden pocket and the 786 there. And we are seeing a bounce, and this whole entire bounce, I'm going to go into this bounce in just a bit here, because there is still a possibility we reject from here. But as long as we can hold above this pitchfork band, we might see a move up, and I'll also cover some local resistances above us as well. So right now, Bitcoin is trying to make a push up to get back above the value area high. We can also do a range pull of this last week's range here in this consolidation, and you can see the value area high of this, or the value area low of this range, is just above us as well. So there's two major ranges we're looking at. We're looking at, first of all, the two ranges we're looking at, the major range from November 11th, and then this small range. If we can get back within this range, then maybe we can see a move to the upside of the range. Our point of control is going to be an important resistance now. I'm going to cover that in just a second. But right now, Bitcoin is making a move up. We're breaking above the band. Earlier today, we did reject twice from the band. We rejected here, and then we saw another small rejection from the two back tests of the value area high in the band, both here, and we rejected both times. But then we were able to make higher lows, and now we're creeping to the upside. So rejection here, drop to the bottom, rejection here again, dropping. Now we're breaking above it, and you can see on our daily close right here, we pretty much closed pretty much right at this value area high, which is a very important level to reclaim to continue higher. Now, I'm going to go into our Coinalyze here, and I want to show you guys a couple things that's a little bit concerning with this push up that we've been seeing here the past few hours. You can see our open interest, pretty much the entire push up, our open interest has been decreasing as we're getting our push up. So what this means is it's more of a short squeeze, or more of positions that are closing out or getting stopped out or liquidated, rather than a healthy move to the upside. This is a weaker move than if our open interest was increasing. This would be new money that was pushing the price up, but really all it is positions getting closed out, which make that, we can tell that because our open interest is decreasing. Our CVD is pretty much flat through all of this, so it looks like it's just positions getting closed out, which is causing a little bit of a short squeeze, causing us to get pushed up just a little bit here. You can even see on this little dip here, looks like a lot of people were longing right around that area, and they got stopped out even on that long. They were longing really from here to here, and then on the push down, they got stopped out. There were some new shorts that came in. That was probably people having to cover their long positions. And this entire move up so far has been pretty much a drop in open interest, which means it's not as healthy as if it was a real move to the upside, new money coming in to support us. Now, let's go back to this chart here. If we can stay above this value area high here, we're really right at it now. We're trying to break above it, back test it and the pitchfork band of support as support. So we're trying to do something like this, break above it, back test it as support to continue higher here. If we can do that, we can definitely see higher prices to come. We do have some resistance just above us though. So if I go onto the hourly chart, and we're going to look at our Fibonacci pull of just the last big move down. So from this last high we had here down to our low that we made earlier today here. All right, 2 levels to look at. Let's do our JC pocket here, which is our 786 and our golden pocket. You can see the 6.5 of the golden pocket is coming in right around our anchored VWAP from the all-time highs. Now, this anchored VWAP has historically acted as a level of support or resistance, so we can expect it to act as a level, a possible rejection level, again, because it's in confluence with our golden pocket. So if we come up to that 103,880-ish level, hit into our golden pocket and our anchored VWAP, we could see a rejection down. Now, if we do come up that high, though, what we're going to be looking for is a rejection from here and then to back test our value area high and our pitchfork band of support to continue higher. Also, another local resistance just above us is our 786 in confluence with that point of control here. So that 786 point of control is our next level at about 105 to 105, 170 is going to be a area to look for another resistance level. Now, if we break the point of control and we're able to flip the point of control to support, we're probably going to go make new all-time highs. So this is, right now though, this is a little bit concerning, this last push up here. Not so much this area here, but this last push up here is a bit concerning because really it's just positions getting stopped out or closing. It's not new money entering the market. So if we want to sustain and not reject from this value area high that we're at right now, we need to have some new money come in to support the price action, or else we can literally just fall right back down because it's not new money sustaining the price action. All right, so let's go ahead and get rid of this. That was our local TA here. I do want to look at a new, so I'm going to go ahead and hide this range now. We're at where we bounced from the value area or from the point of control. And we're going to look at a intraday channel that is forming here. So we can do this channel here, and let's zoom in onto the 15-minute chart. And you can see we're kind of trading in this ascending channel here. And just now we got the rejection. Our midline is holding us. And you can see the top of our channel, if we chop for about a couple hours up to that golden pocket, the top of the channel is also going to be aligning with our golden pocket and our anchored VWAP, which is a possible rejection area for us to see a rejection to drop back down. Now, we did front run a couple things here on this drop earlier today, and I was really waiting for this green box of support to take along. It is our macro golden pocket from the 89K lows down to our, or up to our all-time high. Our golden pocket's there, and we also have a key SFP, a liquidity grab of the last time we bounced from this pitchfork band. And you can see when we bounced from this pitchfork band, we made a parabolic move up to the midline of the pitchfork here. So there is some key liquidity resting right below this. And you can see we got really close to it, but we did not come grab that liquidity. So a liquidity grab of this 97,277 SFP into our golden pocket would be really nice. Also, if we go onto our Bybit chart here, let's go ahead and look at our Bybit chart. You can see our point of control on our Bybit chart is a bit lower, and it's in confluence with this golden pocket, the big golden pocket, the same golden pocket I was just showing you guys. And it's also our pitchfork midline here of our bearish pitchfork, that since we've dropped from the all-time highs and we made this correction here, I made this pitchfork based off of this. You can see the pitchfork levels are being highly respected. Came down, bounced up, made a higher low from the bottom of the pitchfork band here, and now we're breaking above it. But I would like to come down to this golden pocket, this point of control, and the pitchfork midline here. That would be nice to see. It would also give us an SFP of the low that we made earlier today. But as long as we're going to continue to sustain price action at or above the value area high, we might see a bigger bounce here. So let's actually do a fixed range volume profile of this price action. So let's go from these lows here all the way here. And you can see our point of control. Let me actually get this right on there. There we go. Our point of control was just barely front run on the Bybit chart. Now, you guys, I've talked about this a lot. I like Coinbase volume levels better. They do seem to be respected more on high time frame. Our Coinbase chart, we did hit into our point of control. We actually even wicked a little bit past it. And we did hold from that point of control. And now we're bouncing up to the value area high. Bybit did not hit the POC. It front ran the POC. You can see this barely front ran that POC. It barely front ran our pitchfork midline, and it did front run the golden pocket. So this is a possibility of us rejecting from this value area high, coming down here to hit into this box here, and then continue higher. Overall, I do think that this is a correction. This whole price action down here, I do think this is a correction that we're looking for a higher low in the making on larger time frames on like the daily chart to continue to make new all-time highs. And one of the reasons I say that, so let me go ahead and go back to my Coinbase chart here. Let me clean this up a little bit. Let's get rid of this channel for now. You can see I just showed that we're trading in an intraday channel to the upside. That's that 15-minute channel. And we are trying to break back into this value area of this range that we saw since Friday, January 17th, all the way. So it was like a 10-day range or so. And if we can break back into this value area here, we can expect a move to at least the POC, if not the value area high up here. But we do have our key support just down below us. We also have our 786, our weekly, and the bottom of our pitchfork down here around 94.5. That is going to be a key level to be watching of support as well. All right, so let's go into our volume here. Now, if we look at our volume, let me zoom out onto the 2-hour chart here. Okay, so the last few times we saw big dumps to the downside during the Trump inauguration dump, and then this last dump here, this little last dump, last time we hit into the value area high of this range and dumped to the value area low of that range, you can see we had pretty big red spikes in our volume here. Yesterday and it was a weekend, it was a Sunday afternoon for me. Yesterday during our pretty aggressive dump to the downside, now our volume did increase for sure, but it's not nearly as big as our volume on these last two dumps here. What this is telling me is that this could be a 5-wave impulse to the upside. This could be a complex correction in here, and then we could continue up higher to make new all-time highs. What is going to be key really is going to be able to hold this point of control and this golden pocket here. I think that this is a good spot to put in a higher low. We would sweep the liquidity from this last little. Remember, this low here was a support I showed you guys before it happened, and we long that. And we bring it up. So there's some liquidity down there that we can look at taking into our golden pocket, and that would act as a nice higher low to overall on the daily chart to continue up to make new all-time highs. Right now, though, there is a couple things on the chart that are giving us mixed signals, because I've been talking about this as well. On our daily time frame, we do have our triple drives of bearish div, and you can see higher momentum wave, a lower high momentum wave, a lower high momentum wave, higher high price action, higher high price action, higher high price action. And these things could play out, and we could see a bigger dump any second now. We need to be playing our bigger range of November 11th. And if we look at that bigger range from November 11th, actually there's a couple ranges I like here. So we do have our range after this last parabolic price action, not that one, this one here. So I'm taking it from after this parabolic price action here, really when we started ranging more sideways. And we do have our value area low that's right in this box of support with the 786 here, our weekly in the bottom of our pitchfork. That's right in this area here. We could drop as far as that, still put in a higher low, and then come up for a new all-time high. So this range I do think is important, because also if I go on to my other chart here, and we're going to look at one of the parallel channels that I got. Let's look at this one here. All right. You can see that after this parabolic price action, if we just take the wick lows that are very semi-equal all through here, and we take our semi-equal highs and we make a parallel channel on this, you can see this range is really nicely respected. You can see midline rejection here, midline rejection here, midline held all through here. We dipped past it today, but we closed our candle pretty bullishly today. And this midline overall is holding. So this range, I like this range. So we can take the volume of this range here, and we can look at this volume. Actually, I would take it from where the price action enters into that range there. And yes, our 786 is going to be right around. So if we do a Fibonacci pull from high to low, you can see our 786 is right around the value area low there. And our point of control is also around that golden pocket. So we have two major levels of support. Golden pocket, point of control, 786 value area low. And those are the major levels I would be watching. Now to the upside here, if we zoom in onto the hourly chart, we still do have that golden pocket that's just above us. And we really are fighting with the value area high right now. We really need to reclaim this value area high. If we cannot reclaim this value area high, even if we see a couple wicks past it on the hourly or a 4-hourly wick past it, but close at or below it, we might see a rotation to the downside. And the reason why is because our open interest here is just continually decreasing through here. So this is not a strong move to the upside. This is a weaker move to the upside. And we need to be aware that this could dump right back down on us. Short squeezes, if we don't have new money come in to sustain the price action, we could see the dump right back down. And it would actually be nice to dump right back down to SFP these lows that we took here, that we had here, and see a hit into our actual point of control and our golden pocket here. So that's kind of what I'm looking at on Bitcoin now. Let's zoom. Let's go back to our Coinbase chart here. And let's look at, let's zoom out onto the 4-hour chart. Let's clean this up a little bit. Let me hide some of this stuff here. And we are going to look at our naked daily points of control. We still do have a couple. We have that one at 107.9-ish, pretty much 107 up here, 107.850. And then we do have our new naked daily point of control at that regular point of control of the 10-day range. So the last day of that range, that point of control was naked before we saw the drop on Sunday. So we have a 10-day range point of control of this range here and our naked daily point of control right up here as well. And that's also our 786 of this last move up. Or this last move down, excuse me. So that area, 105, 170 to 105, area of resistance. Local, more local than that, our golden bucket into our anchored VWAP, and that's also the top of our 15-minute channel that I showed you guys just earlier. Those are going to be our local resistances to be watching here. But first and foremost, we have to tackle these two, this major value area high that we're trying to hold above, and this value area low that we need to reclaim to get back within this larger range to the upside here. All right, let's go to now. Actually, let's look at our liquidation heat map here. You can see just above us, we do have some liquidity just above us, and that is at pretty much that golden pocket area, 103.2. So let's look at that golden pocket again. Yeah, so see 103. Let's go back to here. Let me refresh this just to make sure it's all legit. All right, so we're starting to hit into that liquidity now, but the end of our liquidity is up here about 107.5. That's right in our, or 103.5, excuse me. That's right in our golden pocket here. You can see our golden pocket, 103.5, right here, our 618. So that is a level where we could take that liquidity into our golden pocket and our anchored VWAP and then see a rotation to the downside as well. Right now, it looks like we're really trying to get above this value area high and this pitchfork band, but we're seeing some trouble here. Let's zoom in onto the 5-minute and let's actually look at this. Okay, so we finally were able to bust above this pitchfork band. So on low time frames, if we can hold this here and bounce, then we can see a move up to that golden pocket and anchor VWAP right up here. If we lose it, back test it, we could just come right back down because of our open interest being on a decrease on the entire move up. This is really a key level to be watching right now. We also were looking at this little 3-minute channel. We had like a channel here that we were watching, and we were starting to break out of it here, but it looked like it was a fake out. So let's go back to the 3-minute chart. I was showing this on the Discord just about an hour ago. So we've been trading in this 3-minute channel. We broke out of it to the upside, had a fake out, and now we're back at the bottom of the channel, the bottom of this 3-minute micro trend in confluence with our pitchfork band. If this holds here, we probably make a move up to the golden pocket. If it does not hold, we dump back down. You can see our VWAP close is around the bottom of our pitchfork band. And that bottom of our pitchfork band earlier today was acting as a resistance for a bit. We fell down. We were finally able to reclaim it. And on very low time frames, we reclaimed it, hit into the VWAP, back tested it, and then we saw the big short squeeze. So this is, I also did talk about this in yesterday's video and today in the Discord. I do think it is possible to form a bigger range. Let me get rid of this channel now. To form a bigger range around this band here, a bigger sideways range, even for a day or two. We might just continue to chop and form a bigger range around this band. And we do have FOMC in 2 days, and the FOMC meeting is going to be really important to see if the Fed continues cutting or if they continue pausing. But if we chop for a couple days, and then depending on the FOMC, maybe we can drop to here or even drop to that 94.5, or we can pump up much higher. So that's kind of what I'm looking at on Bitcoin. Right now, we're at a very, very key back test. We lost the value area high yesterday in the dump. We came back up earlier today to back test that value area high. We got a rejection. We dropped back down to pretty much our point of control of that big range since November 11th. Now, that's our point of control on Coinbase, not on Bybit. Bybit's is a little bit lower. But then now we're pushing up again in a short squeeze. We're trying to reclaim this. If we cannot reclaim this, and if we drop back within the band, back down, we might break this 15-minute ascending channel here, and we might just continue to come down to these lows here. Now, another possibility is we break down to this in the next day or two, hit into this golden pocket and bigger support level, and then our FOMC is bullish, and from this level, we push up to make new all-time highs. So that's a possibility I'm watching as well. For now, we play the range. We play the local price action. You can see our golden pocket here is at the top of our 15-minute channel, and it's our anchored VWAP up here. And then, yes, the POC is at that 786. All right. Now, one more thing we'll look at real quick here, because we can do a Fibonacci pull from our all-time high to the lows that we made earlier today. So if we do that Fibonacci pull, you can also see our big golden pocket is right at this point of, the point of control here at like 105. So that 105 area is now going to be acting as a pretty key resistance. That's going to be pretty important to reclaim. First order of business is reclaiming this value area high that we're at now and the value area low of the bigger, the higher 10-day range that we broke down from yesterday afternoon, my time. All right, that's pretty much it on Bitcoin. Now, I'm going to go to XRP real quick because XRP did make that move. I made a second video yesterday where I went briefly over some altcoins, and I talked about XRP had a key level of support down here, that golden pocket and pitchfork band here, and we did hit into our golden pocket. Let's look at that. Let's zoom out onto the 3-hour chart. And let's do the Fibonacci pull from high to low. No, maybe it's not that one. It's this one here. All right. And then you can see our golden pocket was hit pretty much to the exact cent. We hit that golden pocket there. And it was also near the bottom of our pitchfork band. So that's why I had that there. And we also had this descending channel. So let me get rid of that now. We also had this descending channel. Let me get rid of this too to clean this up. And I'll delete this daily now that we've run through it both to the upside and downside. All right, and I'll get rid of this band too because this was our support when we hit here. Okay, so you can see now that we've cleaned up this chart, we've been in this descending channel that I remade after this high here. We were trading around the midline. We lost the midline in that dump yesterday, dumped wit pretty harshly all the way to our golden pocket. We also took the liquidity of this low here. I was talking about XRP can see big wicks where we take a huge wick where we SFP and come all the way into the golden pocket. I literally talked about this yesterday, and that's exactly what we did. We SFP'd this low into our golden pocket, but we closed our candle at the bottom of the channel. We were able to sustain the close at the bottom of the channel, and we're seeing a push up. We're even breaking the midline as of right now. Now we do have our naked daily point of control above us, but the big resistance above us is going to be this area here where it is a 786. Now we're going to have to repull that 786 though, because that is going to change. Now we can go from the high here to the low. And our 786 is no longer in super nice confluence, but it is probably going to be our 886. Yeah, 886 is up in there. So we do have a naked daily point of control. We have a swing failure pattern of this high. We have the top of the channel, and we have our 886 right up here around that 328 area, 328.5. That's going to be a key resistance for us because we could just continue for this wave 4 correction, this larger time frame wave 4 correction that we've been in. We could just continue to do something like this, flip this, come up here, reject from here, come back down, continue to trade in the band, and go for maybe another week or two on this wave 4 correction, because your wave 4 correction should be longer than your wave 2 correction. And now it is longer. You can see our wave 2 correction is through here. So it is longer now, but sometimes it's over double the length of your wave 2 correction. All right. And then after, now this could have been the low also of our wave 4 correction. And now we might make another impulse, that fifth wave to the upside. And what I am talking about is a 5-wave impulse here. From these lows are 1 wave here. I've been talking about this for a few weeks on XRP. 1 wave, it's not exact, but you guys get the idea. 2 wave here. Our 3rd wave was here. Our 4th wave could be corrected down to there. And now our 5th wave can go to the top of the pitchfork. Actually, the top of the pitchfork wouldn't be good because then that would be bigger than our 3rd wave. You want your 5th wave to not be as big as the top of the pitchfork, but we could do a, we can look at other targets for the 5th wave. We can actually do a Fibonacci pull from high to low and look at our 618 expansion level. But this, so right now we're trading within this range, and we can also do the range pull of this range here. Kind of this entire price action within the ascending channel. You can see we're coming up to our point of control right now. And so this point of control is going to be important level to reclaim. We do have that naked daily point of control that's just above us though. So there's a couple resistances that we need to start breaking here on XRP in order to truly see this correction done. All right, wow, we have a lot of price action here. So just from the move from earlier today when we closed the candle, we do have a new naked daily point of control support around 298 here. We still have this one up here. Did I put that in the wrong spot? Okay, it's at 318. Our naked daily point of control is at 318 there. Maybe that was actually a weekly and I mislabeled it. No, but we do also have a new naked weekly point of control just above where we're at as well. So this general box of resistance that we're at right now, not that. This box of resistance here is going to be a possible rejection area. And if we do reject from there, we have re-entered the value area of this, so we can look for just a small rejection back to back test bullishly this value area low. If we can hold it, we may make a move up to the value area high, which you can see our range value area high is up in this box of resistance as well. Naked daily point of control, value area high, 886, swing failure pattern, top of the channel, 328.5 is a major level of resistance. And then if we do lose our value area low, like if we reject from this box here, we lose our value area low, then we can look for another back test of the midline of the channel, or we can look for us to come back down into this band again here, which is kind of where our anchored VWAP is. All right, so that's it. Now, if Bitcoin's really going to dump and we see XRP dump more as well, we do need to start looking at this maybe not being a wave 4 correction, and I just don't know how we would count that though. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. I mean, we did SFP. No, we didn't SFP those highs. Okay, so never mind. We can't do that. I do still think this is part of a wave 4 correction before we make a new high on XRP. But once we make that new high on XRP, you got to remember this 5-wave impulse up here is a 5-wave impulse within a 5th wave of a much larger weekly impulse that could be ending. So XRP could be topping out for quite a while after we make new highs here on this. That's what I'm looking at anyways. It's a multi-year 5-wave impulse to the upside if we go on the weekly or the monthly. And so XRP could be close to topping out. $4, $3.85, somewhere around there. Just a possibility I'm watching. All right, so that's it for XRP. Let's go to Solana. Solana has been continuing to trade within this. Let me get rid of some of this stuff, clean this up here. Oh, come on. Let's go back to the 1-hour chart. So Solana is still just trading within this descending channel as well. You can see the pink descending channel here. And now we were also talking about the SFP into the midline and the channel. Now, this happened right about an hour after I went to bed last night. We were really front running it here, and then we started bouncing, and so I was like, I'm going to bed. And we did drop straight through it. So luckily I wasn't awake to try to take that SFP, but we did bounce. We once again, just like on Bitcoin, we front ran our big golden pocket though. So our golden pocket, and then we also have a skiff midline here, not of this pitchfork, a different pitchfork. And our point of control of our large range is down in this area, just like Bitcoin's point of control is in its golden pocket. So we did the front run of that again. We were able to bounce back above this pitchfork midline here. We rejected from the channel midline a couple times, but then we were able to push up above, back test the red pitchfork midline, dropped it, couldn't hold this channel midline, and then we got above it again. So we've had some really erratic price action today. And we're now above this pitchfork midline again. So as long as we're staying above this pitchfork midline, we could make a move up to this top area here where we have our weekly in confluence with the top of the channel at like 252. And then just above that, if it's an aggressive pump to the upside, we have our daily, our naked daily point of control in the top of our channel at like between 255 and 256. But right now we can look at a small range here of like just this kind of sideways range that's going here, and you can see that this was that range I had on my chart there. We bounced from the value area low. We were able to push above the value area high, back test the value area high as support, and now right now we're continuing higher. This move though, we just like with Bitcoin, this move looks a little bit weak, and if we do see a rejection from our local golden pocket, so we can do a Fibonacci pull from that last hourly high down to the low here. I know this is a 15-minute chart, but that's like our last hourly high. And let's go to our golden pocket. So our golden pocket here is a bit higher, but it's also these prior lows here. You can see, and once our support gets broken to the downside, it now acts as a resistance. So all these prior lows here are now going to be resistance for us. We can also do the range pull, fixed range volume profile of all the price action within this channel here. Okay, so point of control is not aligning with the golden pocket here, but our point of control is aligning up here with our daily, our naked daily in the top of the channel. So that's looking pretty nice there. Let's actually do a range pull of just this more sideways price action here. Same thing. Okay, so I was looking at this 0.5. When you saw that I first put on the chart, you saw I had this 0.5 because 0.5 is often a corrective target. So our 0.5 is around the back test of our value area low. And that is an area where we could reject and then actually come down to this bigger level of support here. Really, all of this is going to hinge on if Bitcoin decides to reclaim that value area high, because if Bitcoin doesn't and starts dumping, then Solana's probably, it might make it up to this area, but it's probably going to reject from this area and keep dumping as well. All right, so that's it for Solana. Actually, let's check on new daily levels because I haven't checked that yet today. Just the daily that's up there, we already have marked out. Okay. If we close today's candle green, of course, we'll have a daily support here, but that's just daily open for now. That just happened, so we're not going to look at that. And we can actually, let me zoom back out onto the 4 hour and let's look at our naked weekly points of control because today is the start of a new week. So naked weekly point of control, we do have a naked weekly point of control right here, and that is probably pretty close to our golden pocket. Yeah, okay, so we do have a new naked weekly point of control at our golden pocket. So that is going to be our first resistance level. Just like Bitcoin has its golden pocket resistance with the anchored VWAP, we have a new naked weekly point of control at 246.8 to 247. Let me get that on there better. There we go. Yeah, 247, 246.8 to 247 is our golden pocket and naked weekly point of control. Let me pull this range to here and let's look. So depending on the way we do this range pull, we've already reclaimed the value area low, but I do like the more sideways price action range after this big explosive high, because this explosive high was part of the impulse. So we can take it really from like here. We could actually even take it from like here. So yeah, it's the same. So our value area low is what we're trying to reclaim right now, this smaller range. If we can get above it, then we'll make a move up. And actually, this range point of control is in confluence with our golden pocket and our naked weekly point of control. So I like that. So 246.8 to 247 is our next resistance. If we break that, we also have this 255 to 256. And then depending on how long it takes, our weekly resistance could align with the top of the channel if it takes, you know, another couple days here to get up there. So if we do slow grind up. All right, let me go back to Bitcoin real quick. Let's refresh this and let's look at what's happening here. So on moves up like this that are short squeezes primarily, what I like to see is new money step in. So we'd want to see some bullish absorption from this low to whatever higher low we have. Right now, there is not really a possibility of bullish absorption because no new money is coming in. So our price, our open interest is not increasing. We could even try to look for bullish absorption between this low and a higher low, but once again, our open interest is decreasing. Nothing there really, guys. All right, so that's it for today. We will look at some other coins later. I just got to go pick someone up. So hope this helps. Everyone have a good day.